And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Off the play fake, Vic. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
White 90, white 20. Mike spoke both. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Let me what you got. What you got, heavy? Lion. 300.
On play action, Vic. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kevin Dodd in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
White 20.
Vic, 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through. And they add on to their first quarter lead. It's now 13-0. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd
Absolutely.
make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Set, 319! 319! Check 88!
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Returnable here from the 38. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Orange. Let's go. Right 20. Right 20.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Pass incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Eagle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Alpha.
From the gun, Vick. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down. 1st down, Vick. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He hurdles him.
Should get a gold medal for that one.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Got some room at the 30, and he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. That good for 22 and a first down.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Under 10. Hey, Lake. Jam him. We got, let's go. Right 20.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Alpha, alpha. Four down, check.
They'll give to Elliott. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well-organized, well-coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Your trip ends here, baby. Your trip ends here.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll look to throw here. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Back.
The give is to Elliott. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Hey, Q9. White 90.
Vic on 2nd down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. From the red zone now, Vic. That's complete right around the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another 1st down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Pittsburgh will kick this one off. Number 13, waiting to return.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
We got 3 down.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard. Line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Now let's go.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now he's going to throw it deep to the up. He's got a man. Complete. 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
He finds an opening past the 40. And now running right through it. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Alert, alert. 3 down.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott running left. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mike, 44. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
It's a play fake. Now Vick. And incomplete on the deep ball. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hey.
On 3rd down, Vick. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Elliott. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Tackle made that time by Kevin Dodd.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Vick now. That will be caught by James. The big tight end has a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short. As they take it in for 6. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Twisting away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Being chased out left. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them. Pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
Four down.
They'll try and throw for it here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Hey, boys, we got 4. White 20.
So they go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Double. Slam. When they say, wait.
Play action now. Vic. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. This is Elliott. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get up.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jesse James with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Watch him now, Barney. I got two. All right, now, lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go now.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need?
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Elliott now to have the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Yeah, baby.
Vic on the bootleg. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Back to throw here. Going for the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. You start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sean Davis with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will extend this big lead.
Pittsburgh will kick this one off. Number 13, back deep.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Yeah.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Delivered for him. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. A handoff to Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Vic now after the fumble recovery. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see. And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Vic goes play action under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Telvin Smith in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. 3rd and long for Vic. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. Advance no further, so he can't bring it back for 2, but the extra point attempt is unsuccessful. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line up.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. On play action, they'll throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Fournette, a first down carry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
He'll check this one off to Fournette. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Well, they're going to throw it here with Vic. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Now a second down throw for Vic. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because...
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well at hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut. Mayday. Bubbles and these models it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty oughta been my, me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You know that I left, yeah, did. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Up, downs, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah, yeah.
Buddha blesses me.
Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Pockets lettuce. Don't think I'm ready. You got that swag. You got that salt that sell it. Free mind. Cash amount, we bailing. Saw my teacher, I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer. Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. I swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Put that thing. Whip it. This shit give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it. Bring the. Don't want no. They pull up with that. It's times three. This how it go. Park $1 million at the. We gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. More PJs and rich like water go to Cabo. Splash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Your money too small, micro. Huncho on the call, got a. Yeah. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. shots and goals, tax. Rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash. Now she go for the team, now she don't ski, splash. Think about post now on the ground, man, delete her. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground, man, delete her. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
Ice the game, had to ice the game. So much ice, too much, had to ice the lane. Freeze the dud, freeze, had to freeze the lane. Freeze, camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up, guess I'm homegrown, well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Get a clinics, but that baby wipe this nose. I wipe this nose. What's a leg with till they explode?
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Tax. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground. Man, delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Race with the stars out. Not a boarded house. Get deported out. Moved out for a shot. Marvin the Martian. I'ma put your brain up for auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Private jet, yeah. This ain't diamond milk, yeah. I'ma keep the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling blow, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Tax. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now